What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Business Breakthrough. In today's episode, I sit down with Aaron. He is a soon-to-be full-time plumbing contractor, and he, I guess, is at a little bit of a crossroads. He's kind of deciding what he wants to specialize in, and really cool business breakthrough because I haven't worked with a plumber on here yet. But really, anything that I do, all the principles can be applied to any business. So don't be deterred if you see plumber and you're like, this will not relate to me. It definitely will. So I totally encourage you to sit through this one with an open mind, kind of, input whatever service you do into the blank. In some cases, yes, we did get kind of specific with plumbing stuff, but it kind of did really just hammer out some marketing principles, some sales principles, and some just overall business principles that I think anyone can get some value out of. So thank you again, as always, for checking out the Business Breakthrough series, and it starts right now. The big question you need to ask yourself every day is, do I own a job or do I own a business? And unfortunately, the majority of contractors out there own a job. That's right, they're a slave to their own business. But the other side of the fence is so much greener, it's so much better, and that's when you're finally fully in control of your destiny, your freedom, your time. And that's what Contractor Secrets is about. It's about taking back our time, building a business with systems, standards, values, procedures, putting yourself in the driver's seat. And that's what it's about. So I'm excited. I'm happy to have you here. Let's dive into the Contractor Secrets podcast.
Sir.
What is going on, everyone? I'm here with Aaron Belknap with Belknap Plumbing, man. And I'm so excited because I haven't talked to anyone that owns a plumbing business yet. So this is cool for me. Dude, thanks for asking to come on. And I'm here to kind of maybe give you a different perspective of what you're already working on. I usually start it out like this, man. What is going awesome in your business? What's an area that you wish for a little improvement?
Well, we're fairly new. And this is, I guess you could currently call it like a side hustle, but everything's fully licensed, legitimate. I'm working towards quitting my day job right now.
Love that, man. Congrats. It's huge.
Thanks. Much appreciated. The biggest thing I'm having difficulties with right now is deciding like a finalized direction. I got a decent background in the trade. Majority of it is in like small commercial and custom home builds.
Okay.
I did help establish a service company doing home service a couple years ago,
Okay.
basically from the ground up. And then I just recently was approached by a home builder that does
Okay.
spec type houses. That's
Nice.
interested in getting into that. And I'm having trouble. I know the focus is important. And that I'm kind of having trouble making that decision on which direction I want to go,
Yeah.
which one financially makes sense, and
Well,
which
right now is
one.
the easiest time to choose. So don't feel as though you're against the wall here. You're so early that you can literally switch gears and you'll be just as successful. Let's start off with this. What are you doing right now for your day job? What is that?
I run large commercial projects. I build nursing homes mostly the last few years.
So are you a GC?
I'm a foreman for a plumbing
You're
contractor.
a foreman for a plumbing contract. Got it. And then by default, it made sense for you to just start a plumbing business just because you're in it, right?
Right. That's what I mean. In the last 6 years, that's all I've done.
That's all you've done. And what is and let me ask you this: do you have a license to be doing this?
Yeah.
Cool. So you're licensed.
Yeah.
Ideally, what would you want to be doing? Like, if you had to pick, like, what your favorite thing to be doing is, what would that be?
My niche of the market is like small commercial work, and then high end homes as well. Custom home builds is like where my specialties lie. It's where my strength is.
Do you have a GC license to where you would be able to do that?
I can do like commercial, like plumbing work. I mean, just in the
you're talking
scope.
about in the
But
plumbing.
yeah.
So you get so you definitely like being in the plumbing market. Like that is your market, or are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
interested? Yeah, cool. So
It's the subcategory.
yeah, so let's talk about kind of the bottlenecks. Like, what's stopping you from, first of all, let's cover the bases, right? So you're starting this business. Let's say I'm just gonna strip everything away and say, let's say you're starting the residential plumbing business. All right. I'm gonna go residential just because that's the easiest to kind of like break into. And that's probably what you're doing on the side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure there's niches when it comes to plumbing. Are you going to be the type of company to take on any sort of, if it runs through it, we're taking it? Like, is that you, or are you going to be doing more so?
that's not what I'm looking for. I would like to eventually I'd like to grow to the point where I run a service division, a commercial division, a
Right.
residential
But you're
division.
more concerned about jumping in on remodeling jobs, builds, those higher ticket items, right?
Right, for sure, for sure.
Cool, cool. Okay. So first of all, who is going to be your customer, right? So is your customer the average consumer, or is your customer a network of builders that need your services as a sub?
And that's what I'm working with right now is a small group of builders. It's kind of a variety. Some of them do small
Got you.
commercial projects.
Got
I
you.
got a guy that specializes. He just does basements, stuff like that.
Just does basements. Cool. So let's start off with this. What's stopping you from quitting your job?
Right now it's just a cash flow.
Okay. And how much time
That's
does
the
that
biggest
allot
thing.
you to work on your business outside of that job? And do you have anybody working alongside you, or are you actually the one that's going to be doing the work?
My day job's 4 10s right now. So Fridays and Saturdays we work. I have a crew of like 3 guys that work with me.
Okay.
Pretty much every week is that's how it
Have you
works. And we put in
legitimized the
48.
business yet? Have you created an
Yeah,
LLC?
we yeah, we went legit January 1 of this year.
Okay. Are these guys W-2 employees?
They're 1099 right now. January 1 of next year, I'm gonna switch them all to part time.
Good. Part-time. Okay. W-2 employees, right?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. So you've got a system, right? You've probably translated it to a few dollars. One of the concerns I always have is like for people that treat it as a side job. Right now, you know that you could probably just do this full time, right? I mean, with your
yeah.
system that you have. Is there a specific number that you're trying to save or you're trying to hit that would give you the permission to leave your current job, or is it just the uncertainty? Like, what's that thing that's stopping you? Because you have 3 people that seem to want to work with you. You've got the
The
network.
the
What's the big hurdle besides the cash flow? I mean, because cash flow can come from your business.
yeah the big thing is I guess would be I would say I have a number in my head of 10 grand is what I want sitting aside to help with cash flow of the business for the small low slow times which I don't think will be a huge issue. Um, It's really, I guess, more or less. I'm in the middle of a project right now for my day job, so my intentions are to finish this out in February, March, and make the jump. I
Got
just
you.
want to. I'm worried that I want to make sure I got all my bases covered before I
Base
do
is
so.
covered. Cool, cool. So, with the plumbing industry, again, like, you're very heavily dependent on new construction projects. You're heavily dependent on that. I would say that, to be honest with you, the residential market is in dire need of somebody that has customer service as a value. Just from my own experience with plumbing contractors, they're all booked out months at a time. Um, do you find it to where it's kind of difficult to create cash flow with the jobs that you're working on, because they are kind of spanned out pretty much when you go into those remodels, and you find yourself like, probably having to go back a couple weekends to get it finished, and then maybe you're even on a net 30 pay cycle? Are you running into that?
I'm not doing anything right now that's net 30, but to an extent, yeah, exactly what you're saying. Like they're slower projects, and I don't have in my head, if I had the 40, the full time to devote to it, I could increase the cash flow that I would have the
Yeah.
money
Here's
I
here's
wish to
here's
see.
here's where you need here's what you're missing in the whole grand scheme of things, just from my perspective, is just the confidence of acquisition to completion. Confidence. There's this thing where it's like, I know that I'm going to get this much business, it's going to translate to this much dollars, and I can repeat this process, right? Kind of like what's happening right now in your day job, right? If you show up, you work this many hours, you get paid this much. So that's why you're there, is because you have confidence, right? If you didn't know you were going to get paid, you'd not have confidence to go there, right?
Right, for sure.
The psychology is the same thing in that business that you're creating. There's a lot of uncertainty with that business because, number one, you're heavily dependent on things outside of your control. Like, off the bat, not just because it's a side hustle, right? Right off the bat, it's you're dependent on other trades to get their jobs done in order for you to be able to do your job, right?
Right.
That's hard. That's an out of control. I don't like business that makes me feel like I'm out of control, because you need to start treating this business as if it was your livelihood. So when it becomes your livelihood, there's no shock factor there. Like, build it in a way that gives you a hedge against things that are outside of your control. Easiest way to do that, you need to get out of this commercial thing that you're doing and just start in residential. Why? Because listen, with residential customers, they need the service now. And I'm not saying you have to just do service for residential. I know that's the heavy ticket item. There's a lot of customers that are doing their own remodeling projects that want a plumber to come in and handle those projects for them. Okay, there's a void that's got to be happening right now because the service side and a lot of these plumbing companies are so far out. Would you agree with that?
Oh no, that's a great point. It is for sure.
So you could be doing a similar service type, but dude, there's this vast, wide, major ocean of customers in your local market that still need professional plumbing services, not emergency services, professional plumbing services that allow you to have instant cash flow and create a predictable system. Like, that's all I'm trying to help you understand, is the concept of creating predictability. Okay. And another cool thing is homeowners are okay with you working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you need to. So it's not like you could still run your same job. One thing that I think you'll really understand once you get this rolling is that you're going to answer a lot of questions that every business owner should have answers to. Number one, how much money do I need to spend to get this much traction, get this many leads? And what does that sale process look like? Okay. When a customer finds me, how do they find me? What does that buying process look like? What prices could I give to these customers, knowing that supply is so low right now and demand is so high? So you might actually be maximizing in the residential market in comparison to your contractor market, because those guys look at one thing when it comes to hiring. What is it?
Money, 100%.
Do customers in the residential market look at just one thing when it comes to hiring?
No, absolutely not.
They
And
look at what?
they want speed, they want quality of work, they want professionalism.
Right.
Almost entirely more so than money.
Right. They're willing to
And
pay for quality.
right, and that's a market that's really untapped. I hadn't really even thought of it because typically homeowners, it tends to be difficult to work with them, but because of that, it's a market that everybody else is ignoring.
Well, because of this reason here. It's easy for these guys who are technicians in the plumbing trade to just go to a GC and just know where to go every day. You're taking on the blow here by putting yourself on the chopping block, and you have the luxury to do this because you have a full-time job, but you're putting yourself on the chopping block to stick your neck out there, market your services, identify and filter out the type of jobs you want to take. And again, you have the luxury to do so because you don't have full-time employees that need all these hours every day. So you can pick and choose what type of jobs you want done or want to do. And essentially just really just go through this test environment of, again, marketing, acquisition, pricing, estimating, scheduling, completion, and seeing what that feels like. Right now you're competing against price every day. Like, in
No,
that
yeah,
world, like, that's, that. I mean, the GC's like, yeah, but they're charging me this. And you're like, well, I mean, all right, well, we'll do it for this, just to get the job. But that's not going to allow raises for your team. And that's not going to allow growth for your company. So be the guy that goes into the residential market. And you know what? Chances are you're probably going to get into the service side a lot quicker when you realize, what you're able to charge and how willing people are to pay for quality when it comes to quality plumbing. You're going to notice, like, dude, like, this residential side is insane, you know?
no, I agree with you 100%. That field specifically, the labor shortage is just disgusting right now. That's the hard part with doing
Here's a
residential
good test
service.
for you. Like I'm a student of the game, man. I think this would be a fun test for you just to see. Call up 5 plumbers when you Google plumber in your city, and just listen to what they say on the phone. Say, hey, I'm just curious, how can I get a quote to to, move some piping from one area of my bathroom to the other. What does that process look like? How far out are you guys? That's the question you want to ask. How far out are you guys? Okay. And when they tell you right now, we can't get to anything in 6 to 8 weeks,
Yeah,
that
the
means
work will be there.
no, it's not that the work will be there. It's there. It's just,
Right.
and not only is it from the customer point of view is there, but then if they find it, then they got to find someone like you that's customer service, that wants to build a business, that wants to build a brand, that wants to make sure that customers are truly being taken care of. And not many individuals, from my personal experience as a customer and my general experience of being a quote unquote contractor coach here, not many people in this specific niche care about customer service at all.
No, it's dead. It's dead.
Some of them do, and dude, they become mammoth companies, man. Like they kill it because it's like they get the
Right.
vehicles wrapped. They get the vehicles wrapped. I mean, you see there's some companies around you that are just dominating. Of course. I mean, it's just, but that leaves, there's still room for you. Of course there is. Everyone in every house you pass is your customer.
No, that's a great. I hadn't even really thought to approach or try to market to that side of the industry, and it's definitely appealing because the amount of work that is insane. And the prices, it does pay better. Everything resonates. Yeah, that's really for sure. The
Yeah,
marketing is
man.
something else I'm kind of back and forth with. I just went live with our Google listing recently, and I'm trying to find the best option to market in the way I want to, because I want that brand you're talking about with the wrap trucks. The guys show up and they look professional. There's no question that these guys are going to come in and take care of me. And just starting that, I wanted the social media and web presence is something that I personally, because I'm a plumber, it's not my area. I'm having trouble finding somebody I can
Nah, dude,
connect
you're
with
a
and
business owner,
afford.
dude, and it's like make that transition mentally. It'll help you. You're a business owner, and you're not just a plumber. I think that the idea is, if you this is your motto, man. This is how you get to point A to point B without fail. If you don't know something, you hire someone who does. That is how the successful become successful, bro. And then guess what? As you make that hire, you're going to learn how to do it yourself, and you're going to be able to make better decisions because they're going to take their expertise, what they focus on, and they're going to be able to speed up your learning curve to get you to the end result. For example, for me, dude, I hate payroll. Like I hate it. I would never sit there and figure out and calculate how to pay this tax entity that needs to be paid. I would never do that in my life. What do? I bought a program that does it for me. Accounting. I hate accounting. I would never do accounting. I hate bookkeeping, bro. These are just things that I don't like. What do? I hire someone that does it for me. Okay. When I needed leads, do you think I'm going to go out there and generate leads myself by knocking on doors? No, I'm just going to pay a lead service company to provide me leads. You know, am I a good painter? No, I'm a horrible painter, but I like sales and marketing. So what do I need to do? I hired painters, people that are really good at painting, to paint. And in the same way, what do you want your customers to do? Would you prefer your customers fix their plumbing by themselves? No, they hire a person like you to come in and do it the right way. Hire specialists to enhance your specialty. That is the focus. So when it
Those,
comes to your
those are,
brand, yeah, when it comes to your branding, right? Like, do you have a logo?
I do.
Nice. Do you like your logo?
Yeah, I think it's efficient. I like it.
Okay. Did you make it or did someone else make it for you?
Somebody made it for me.
Cool.
Um, yeah, I think it's effective. It's simple. It's not super complicated or anything.
Cool. If you like your logo, just know that's your brand, man. And if you don't like your logo, you get a professional logo designer, pay $300 to make sure you have a prominent brand. Like pay the money. And then when it comes down to your website, you got a website?
Not yet. That's something I'm looking
Okay.
into now.
So a website isn't like the most important thing, but again, what would you expect of a really professional company to have a website so you
Yeah, you
can
need
just
it.
read about you need it. It's more for that. I like that you have a Google listing. I guarantee you don't have many reviews. What you should be doing is reaching out to your local network and getting character reviews about you. All right. Don't let them lie about, different things that you didn't do. Just say, hey, this guy's awesome. He cares about his family and his friends. I've been friends with him for 10 years. I guarantee you, if you hire him, he'll do a great job. Your goal should be to get as many 5-star Google reviews as you possibly can. And look up in your area right now where your other plumbing company, what city are you in?
Ravenna, Ohio. I'm near Akron.
How do I spell Ravenna?
Ravenna.
Ravenna, Ohio plumbers. Let's see what's going on here, man. So first of all, the first company that comes up has a 4-star rating and only 23 reviews. That's the first company that comes up. How far away is Stowe, Ohio from you?
About 10 miles, 15 miles.
10 miles. Okay. So they got 63 reviews. Your market's wide open, man. Besides Jastal, find out what they're doing, man.
That was a service company I helped start.
Hit him up, man. They're doing great. They got 265 reviews, very professional. Model their behavior, man. And I think they're serving a lot of homeowners. And hey, there's nothing wrong with reaching out to them and saying, hey, if you need a subcontractor, you know, just to tap in, that's a lead source. You know, they're going to pay you more than what a general contractor will in a new construction deal. You know, I mean, look at what these companies are doing here. But in terms of SEO, no one's really paying for it because the highest ranked company on my original search is a 4-star company with only 23 reviews. So, hey, listen, if you want to get to the top, you got to pay your way. It does cost, but again, the return is that you're going to be seen when that need arises. And you're in a need-based industry, man. Like the need is there. Like you can create a lot of urgency. People will pay more for you to be there before they have to wait 4 weeks for someone else. And if you have an opening, you should be definitely pricing favorably, you know, to grow your business, not unfairly, just, you know, just favorably. So what do you think about all that, man? I mean, is that helpful? Is that in the right direction?
No, it definitely is. It's like I said, that's a market everybody and myself kind of ignore. It's definitely there. The opportunity is definitely there. And I like the idea of setting a corner. So something like that too, that's high cash flow is going to be priority to me. That's why I've shied away from moving into certain types of work already, is because I just can't bankroll the stuff where that stuff pays same day. Like I said, it's a great idea. I don't know. I can't, but honestly, believe I haven't thought to look in that market.
Yeah. Take a peek in there, man. There's a lot of homeowners that could use your services. I mean, you see all these reviews people are getting on here. These aren't from GCs and new construction managers writing these reviews for these guys. Every review you see here is from a homeowner that needs your service. So really cool, man, to dive into that. Do you have any outstanding questions? Anything else you want to cover?
Not super. I would like to work with, like, I just recently hired an accountant who's going to take care of payroll, who's probably going to take over bookkeeping because I'm realizing it's not something I'm great at either.
There you go.
I'm having a hard time networking and finding the marketing's a huge thing. But I don't want to just hire a random marketer. I want to hire somebody that's somewhat familiar with what I do, you know, contracting type work. And I don't look at just finding those things seems to be impossible to me.
Well, you need to understand what you're looking for first, right? You got to understand marketing channels. And it's also really important for you to understand how your buyers make decisions, right? Like that is a good marketing strategy, is to first understand the people that they're selling to and how somebody makes decisions, right? So let me ask you this right now. I'm going to picture your husband in your house. You don't know plumbing, and a major leak starts to happen in your house, right? What is the first thing that you're going to do to solve that problem?
In that instance, you're going to Google find a plumber.
Okay, so for you, what would be a good investment? You would want to find somebody that's really good at Google, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to sit there and learn how to get your company to be the top ranked company on Google?
No,
There's
absolutely
0% chance you would have any success with that unless you went and you studied it for a year, just because there's people that are dominating that space. They're specialists at it. Again, just like you're a specialist, hire specialists to enhance your specialty. You know, that's the mindset. So you're walking through the process of a homeowner, man, and thinking, okay, how can I align myself with that individual when the need arises? You know, like how can my company be seen? Right now, if I didn't live in Ravenna, let's say I had a house there, I'm going to Google Ravenna, Ohio plumbers, just like I just did. And I'm going to look at these reviews. If you're not there, I can't hire you.
No, for sure. Do
You
you
know,
do you
I
have any
can't call you.
recommendation? Do you have any recommendation on that where to find the right person to handle the
I do.
marketing
Yeah.
side
And
of
I,
it?
and after this call, I'll definitely send you a recommendation for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, that would be awesome. Like I said, I don't want to, if I start searching out personally, I'm going to end up with a person that is great at marketing law firms, maybe, and that's not what
Yeah.
I'm
You
looking
want
for. I'd like
somebody
to,
that understands the contracting space. And I have somebody for you that I can recommend. Absolutely.
yeah,
But
that'd be
that's,
awesome.
but that's what it comes down to. Is just, you need somebody that understands that game, that can give you data and say, hey, look, this is how many people are searching Ravenna, Ohio painters or plumbers, excuse me. And this is where we're going to try to get you to be. Right now, they're going to say, oh, your website is non-existent. No one can find it. So again, the game in your business specifically is to be seen on Google 100%. It's
Gotcha.
not wise for a plumbing company to do Facebook ads, in my opinion. I mean, who's leisurely scrolling on Facebook and wants to reach out to a plumbing company?
No,
You
bingo.
know,
Unless you're spending the disposable income on it, I see no reason to
here's a
advertise in those
secret. Here's a
types of areas.
secret niche. Here's a secret niche for you right here. Okay. My suggestion would be definitely reach out to realtors. A lot of realtors take they have to go, their houses have to go through inspection, of course. And what are the two areas that inspections usually get halted on? Number one, electric. Number two, plumbing. Okay. Oh, you
Right.
have a leak here. Oh, you need to redo that. That. Okay. Well, guess what? Boom. You could be a go-to for a real estate agency. I mean, that's marketing. It's just in a different channel. You know. These are just some things you should think about. But again, first step for you would be to be found, be seen on Google. Like again, if I can't find you as a homeowner, you don't exist.
No, for sure. I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably going to be step one. And I'll connect you with that person, but it's really just aligning your process. I think it would be wise for you to write down the exact type of services that you want to offer. You know, I would also reach out to local remodeling companies so you can be their go-to when it comes to plumbing. I mean, a lot of remodeling companies don't touch plumbing and they don't touch electric. They don't have the license for it, right?
Right.
So you should reach out to the best remodeling companies in your area and say, "Hey, I'm here to help," and work with them, the guys that work with homeowners, because there's more of a budget there. I would also reach out to decorators, man. Don't sleep on the decorators, because the decorators come in and they are the ones that are saying, "Hey, you need to move your whole kitchen sink area to this side of the house." Don't sleep on the decorators, man. They need a good network. Believe it or not, they're like hidden GCs.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So just some things to get the brain moving, man. I will shoot you the information of my good friend who does Google SEO. And I'd love to maybe have you back on here again once you kind of, get your feet settled and you're heading in a different direction if that's what you choose to do.
Yeah, definitely, man. I would love to.
Yeah. Was this helpful?
Yeah, no, definitely was.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, I'll shoot you a text after we close out, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. I
All right,
appreciate it.
brother. Have a good day, man. Good luck with everything. Dripjobs CRM is finally here. That's right. So Dripjobs is an automation platform for contractors, home service professionals that's going to automatically follow up with your customers. It's going to allow you to send invoices, estimates. It's going to allow you to send out blast marketing emails to individuals based on where they are in the buying process. This software is next level. And I'm reaching out to you. You're a listener of this podcast, and I want you to be one of the first ones to give it a shot. So if you want to see what Drip Jobs can do for your business, I'd love for you to head over to dripjobs.com, sign up for a free demo, and get your team involved, and let us sit with you and show you how powerful this software is. It's going to save you time, it's going to make you money, and you're going to love the features that are built into Dripjobs. So if you want to check it out, head over to dripjobs.com and we will give you first priority being a podcast listener to be one of the very first to try out Dripjobs in your home service business. I'm super excited to share that with you, and I'll catch you on the next episode.